So what got you into this?
I had an inheritance, and we couldn't buy anything in the area. My kids were really small. Out of desperation, I just started doing research and found I'd heard of Cob. Don't know where I heard it, and I knew about adobe because I lived in Arizona for some time. Adobe is bricks. Material is almost identical. Clay, sand, straw, water. With bricks, you're using a mold. One of the advantages to Cob is that in an earthquake setting, there's no cold joints. Bricks have been put together, it's monolithic, so the whole thing is just one big, huge brick. So I was determined to find out about building materials. What can I do with what I have right here? Nothing else, no other choice. Came back after a 6-day workshop and built that little room that we were just in.
6 days of training.
6 days of training.
And you came back and you built that room.
Yep.
Come on in. And what's the range?
From absolutely free to $1,200.
My goodness.
Everything is just recycled, reclaimed. And one day to claim any of the materials we could, and the whole building was built out of this old growth redwood tongue and groove. It's beautiful, beautiful wood. And it was all going to the dump. 3/4 of the world still builds with earth. Cob is an old English term, meaning small rounded mass. And there's homes in Wales and England that have been standing and inhabited for 800 years. This is a little Rumford fireplace, which is, as you can see, really shallow at floor level, so all the heat just gets pushed out into the room. There's a lot of people who would lose a lot by having people build their homes for themselves and not buying rebar, not buying concrete, not buying block. But I think it's really important to just start doing these little tiny things so people can actually experience them. Because when you look in a book, it's not the same as walking into the space.
No, and I think that's such an important point that, you know, people see things, but they go, oh, I couldn't do that, or I couldn't live in such a, and then they come in, and then it's a whole different experience.
Everyone says, you can't build your own house. And you're like, wait a minute, I
can.
did.
So can I.
Yeah,
yes, I can
and
too.
so did this person, and so did that person. You're making it into this, and then you're turning it into that, and then
you're creating something, and then you get to live in it.
And it's safe if you're smart.
And look at these little guys. These are your goats?
Those are the goats.
No? What a great way to live. Yeah, what a great environment to grow up. And the bottles. How clever.
We've kind of nurtured our local community, and no one's objecting. People have to kind of just try this in little doses. It really puts things in perspective. Everything we need is just right here. These windows have never even been used. They came in their original packaging.
You're a very busy woman. I'm just amazed that you learned how to do this in 6 days. I'm so blown away by that. Where do you find time for all this?